Good evening, Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com here with a Hurricane Matthew update kind of late in the evening, but I wanted to go over the very latest here for Hurricane Pro and HD, starting off with a look at the most updated track map from the National Hurricane Center. You can see all of these areas here that I'm going to highlight in yellow, and they now kind of turn orange. Those are the hurricane warnings, and you can see a large area, including the southeast coast of Florida, obviously eastern Cuba, still in the area of Haiti, on up through the Bahamas under hurricane warnings now. That includes Lake Okeechobee, down here in southern Florida, the Keys, and all the way over to the Gulf side of, I guess that's Monroe County. That would be the tropical storm warning area, and then a hurricane watch, including the Space Coast area up towards Daytona Beach, etc. So be sure to visit the public advisory at the Hurricane Center site for the list, and it's extensive, of all the watches and warnings, but this map gives you a representative look at that. The forecast has this turning northwest towards the coast of Florida, and then a pretty sharp turn off to the northeast, missing North Carolina and South Carolina now with a direct landfall, and we'll see if this continues to bend more and more away from the coast with time. With any luck, I guess it certainly could. One of the things I want to point out, this is from the forecast discussion from forecaster Stewart here, Stacy Stewart, and he talks about the key messages here, and I know this gets emphasized often, but I wanted to go over this real quickly. Number one, Matthew likely to produce devastating impacts from storm surge, extreme winds, heavy rains, flash floods, and/or mudslides in portions of the warning areas in Haiti, Cuba, and the Bahamas. So this is a big area of concern still in the Caribbean with Haiti, Cuba, and then moving up through the Bahamas. So please take that very seriously. And then point number two here, when a hurricane is forecast to track roughly parallel to the coastline, it's a matter of the angle here, and it becomes very difficult to estimate the impacts this far in advance because only a small deviation of the track to the left or the right could change what happens with the overall outcome. The core of what would be a major hurricane moving just a little bit left or to the west of the forecast track, small deviation as he calls it, could bring those hurricane winds and the core of the worst winds onshore. And then tropical storm or hurricane conditions could affect portions of Florida north of the current hurricane watch area, Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina later this week and this weekend, even if the center of Matthew remains offshore. It is too soon to specify what, if any, direct impacts Matthew might have on the remainder of the U.S. East Coast farther to the north. At a minimum, very dangerous beach and boating conditions are likely throughout the U.S. coastal areas along the East Coast over the weekend, so that's problematic for sure. A lot at stake here. A lot of people want to know when it's time to take action, and I guess once you're under a watch and a warning, you got to do what you got to do regardless of what the track and the models are saying. Don't wait. At least take some action and be ready in case this absolutely comes your way. You just never know. And again, especially since it's going to be paralleling the coast, it looks like. All right? That is it from me for this evening. Again, Mark Sudduth for HurricaneTrack.com and, of course, Hurricane Pro and HD. I'll be back with more video updates for you starting tomorrow.